Welcome to the Devil's Due movie review. I'm Pretentious James. 1984's Streets of Fire is a movie that had an estimated cost of $14 million, but only made $8 million in the US box office. On paper, it seemed like the kind of film that should have worked, but somehow didn't. Directed by Walter Hill, you know, the guy behind the wildly successful buddy cop flick 48 Hours and the cult classic The Warriors. Warriors, come out and play. This movie has everything. Lots of action, a young, vibrant Diane Lane, an amazing soundtrack, Rick Moranis acting like a tough guy, Bill Paxton, the only actor I know with the honor of being killed by a Terminator, a Predator, and an alien, a screaming Willem Dafoe wearing leather overalls, explosions, fistfights, gunfights, a sledgehammer duel. I mean, it lives up to the title, as the streets are literally on fire at points in this movie.
Well, looks like I finally ran into someone that likes to play as rough as I do.
So let's start from the beginning. The subtitle of this film is A Rock and Roll Fable, and music plays a huge part in the film, but it's not a musical. I know, physical media, but keep in mind, this movie came out when people still bought music. Diane Lane's character is in a band, and the songs, for the most part, are worked into scenes in a logical fashion. The songs for the main musical act are penned by Meat Loaf songwriter Jim Steinman. It gives this movie serious 80s cheese, and I mean that as a positive thing. Sprinkle in some punk and rockabilly sounds of the Blasters, who also appear in the film as a bar band, and then slap on I Can Dream About You, and the movie's existence is justified for giving the world that last track alone. I mean, every single one of you out there has at some point belted out, I can dream about you, at one point or another. The only thing missing is Bruce Springsteen, who they originally thought they had on the soundtrack, but that fell through. Which is funny because the movie gets its title from a Springsteen song called Streets of Fire from the Darkness on the Edge of Town album. But back to the movie. An insane Willem Dafoe, is there really any other kind, kidnaps Diane Lane. Luckily, our leather-clad songbird has an ex-boyfriend that just happens to be a mercenary. You know what comes next, a rescue mission. Michael Pare, who was the title character in Eddie and the Cruisers, plays the Merc. He gets an old army vet, played by Amy Madigan, to help him plan the attack, and drags along a surly Rick Moranis that guides them to the hideout because he knows the area. Suddenly we're thrown into exploding motorcycles, and there's no CGI, people. It's just stuntmen with serious cojones, jumping flames and getting tossed through the air. I don't want to spoil everything, but this movie is bonkers in a good way, and if you don't take it seriously, it will provide you with an hour and a half of solid entertainment. That's been episode 1 of Devil's Due Movie Review. Till next time.